welcome to Raising Vibrations, and hope you all are fantastic today, even though it is Pluto square Mars, Mars oppose Uranus at this point in time, which, to be quite frank, is not fun. But, you know, enlightenments are coming from the experience, definitely some internal shifts and shocking experiences that are occurring for us at this stage, and probably a lot of attention. So I'm really, really curious to actually hear how this has been actually operating in your own lives at this point in time. Check out Chart of the Day, by the way, for the 9th and 10th of December, which is today. And there's some insight regarding how I would personally tap into the energy at that stage if you haven't already checked it out. So make sure that you do that. Now, I hope you like this new way of me presenting myself on camera, by the way. I'm really interested in trying out different ways in which I can feel comfortable doing this work. I've tried out some other ways in the past where I had to set up everything and it was like needing to find the right way to feel comfortable in front of the camera. And then I sort of went like, I'm way too uncomfortable just like feeling this need to set up everything and then speak versus just get into it. So I've decided to try out this format. I feel really comfortable doing it this way because I feel, as I said, it's just to kind of sit down and allow my consciousness to stream out and really get a lot of information to be presented. So that's exciting. Now, the reason why you're watching this video actually is because I wanted to share with you like a personal story regarding my own journey, and also to maybe ask some feedback in regards to how you're enjoying this channel at this point in time. As you may have noticed through the conversations and through the sort of most recent videos, I've really enjoyed creating sort of like PowerPoint presentations and putting together some visual creativity and expressing my thoughts in relationship to those visual aids. And that's how I operate. And I like truly value the ability to practice balancing left and right brain experiences, which is visual aid and communication, right? And of course, that's what my soul wants to do in that way. And I'm sort of like learning how to get that right. So I'd like to hear some feedback on if you are enjoying the current format of the video at this stage, and if you find that there's anything that you would like me to maybe speak about, then I'd be interested in actually doing that as well. So, you know, any suggestions that you say, if I have time and space available to delve into it, then I will absolutely do that, which is probably going to be the case anyway. So yeah, again, like I said, the reason why I wanted to create this video really was to open up and share a little bit about my own astrology, and to maybe highlight some interesting things about my soul's story regarding its skip steps, okay? And what I'm going to do right now is just quickly show up my astrology chart so that everybody can see that, and then for me to just kind of illustrate a little bit about what it is that I'm talking about. So as you can see over here, I've got Mars and Venus in balsamic phase relationship, evolutionary astrology, in 8th house Virgo. And of course, I've got the, you know, the squares to the nodes, as you can see there, 16 degrees literally. So that's fantastic. And it's in Sag, Gemini, Virgo. So instantaneously, I'm dealing with this necessity for right and left brain connection and the ability to like psychologically empower myself through my inner and outer relationship to myself, and my ability to self-analyze and also to create necessary inner sense of self-awareness around this crisis. Okay, that's why I've incarnated Virgo to be in that place there. There's a necessity for like deep inner evaluation. So you see this interesting dynamic playing out here. And of course, all the stuff in the 10th house and in Scorpio, you can see why I'm so like intense with regards to the message that I put out there. I'm like, you know, we're not playing a game here, or we are, but it's more, you know, it's bigger than what we can think it can be. And we've been pacified so much in our lives that we don't even recognize what's actually going on in this reality, in this dimension. So you can see how like a lot of the intensity that I bring to the table comes from this sort of Capricorn, Scorpio stuff here, and a lot of the Sag wanting to answer the big ideas and big questions in life. And again, like really, really being not, I wouldn't say insecure, but I would say definitely a little bit what's the right word that I can actually use for the situation of here? It's more along the lines of like just feeling like I need to improve regarding my ability to share that inner psychological state without feeling like I'm going to get it wrong, right? Now, obviously, I'm working on this, and this is why I'm doing the YouTube videos itself, so that I can practice this ability to be exposed to situations where that can come back and I can sort of emotionally deal with it, which I believe to a certain degree I'm able to actually get done. But I wanted to share with you something that has just recently happened to me. So Pluto at the moment is situating over there, 12th house, yay for me. And Uranus is situated here in the 3rd house in Aries. And of course, Mars is situating here, which, as you guys can see, is very much in a very different way, the same type of architecture that's occurring with regards to my skip steps, i.e. 12th house is a balsamic phase relationship. And so Pluto's there. Mars is in the 9th house, so I'm really dealing with this kind of Sag archetypal structure. And Uranus is in 3rd house, and we're dealing with the nature of Mercury, Gemini, right? So can you see that over there? Then if you look at the nature of the things, it's Libra Aries, so it's Venus and Mars, right? It's interesting how this just occurs. I mean, this is literally just showing up right now. I mean, you don't make this stuff up, right? So anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that at this stage, I'm accessing deep emotional sort of like wounding around the soul's journey regarding abandonment. Okay, so this has plagued me for like huge amounts of times. I mean, even in my own personal relationship, I like, abandonment is such a deeply rooted samskara within me. And this kind of configuration with Pluto, Mars and Uranus situated in these areas here shifted for me intensely as I watched my own trauma like unfold for me today, as I was basically just exploring it with my partner and my mom that's visiting Sweden at this stage. And man, like it just is insane how incredibly powerful this material can be when you're in a place that you are looking to seek where you're looking to like want to heal the soul. And like when I was accessing this stuff, I was really digging deep into finding out. And man, I carry so much anger around that. I carry so much anger. Mars, look at that square, so much anger around that ability to feel completely disempowered by circumstances and situations, by patriarchy, by life in a way. And the reason why I'm really sharing this with you is just because of the revelation of being able to shift such an incredibly traumatized aspect of my soul into a space where I can actually like take this as the way to heal myself. And so what actually comes out of this whole experience for me is this oscillation that always happens to me, which is in Pluto and Mercury and Libra extremes. So I'll oscillate between like, how do I apply necessary discernment, Virgo, and self-responsibility, Capricorn, in alignment with compassion. So like I can either be too compassionate to the point where I basically sell myself out and cause situations for me to have like, bad things happen to me. Or I'm so detached from the emotional experience that I can't even actually feel in any way whatsoever empathy. And it's like oscillating between these two things. And it's crazy how like for almost 32 years of my life, maybe I would say at least 10 years of that, I would be conscious of this experience and obviously getting conscious to it right now. This final Pluto-Uranus square, Mars oppose Uranus and cause Mars square Pluto, literally shifted what I consider to be probably one of the most deepest woundings that my soul carries. Now, you must remember, when I reference wounding, I'm really talking about this part of the soul that cannot like exist or interact with its higher self connected. When we're dealing with wounding, we're dealing with incarnating ourselves, and it short circuits our higher self. It literally stops us from feeling connected to God, as it were, And I'm actually having Chiron at this moment in time. Chiron's there at 16 degrees Pisces, squaring my nodal axis. And then you can see here, Chiron's opposing those two planets there, and Chiron's squaring Pluto over there. And it's like, wow, I really get to the bottom of the story, which was like sitting in a situation and realizing that I carry so much of the trauma with regards to my own father in that way. And that I wasn't even aware of how deeply impactful it was on my own psyche when operating and making choices and decisions in my life, because of the ability to feel like I don't know how to apply necessary personal responsibility and discernment versus this necessity for compassion. Like, the wounding is so deep. It's like, no, everybody needs to have compassion and wounding, like, it sucks. But then it's like you literally have this Piscean idealism around stuff. So just, food for thought and kind of interesting to share with everybody, and what has happened to me with this Pluto-Uranus square, and of course the Mars opposed Venus, pardon me, Mars opposed Uranus shift at this stage. So as I said, again, really just trying to share something in terms of what astrology holds as potential, and how like we can actually use this material to access parts of ourselves that actually short circuit us and don't actually incarnate and allow us to incarnate fullness, our full capacity into the reality, because we're so not aware of how much of ourselves is not actually present because of the trauma or disassociation. It's pretty insane, isn't it? Finally, I just wanted to maybe just share with you guys also as well, like, can you see why I have this kind of Uranus, Jupiter, South Node, Neptune story here in the 11th house Sag? So much about this big ideas, big visions, you know what I mean? It's like bringing the table here and then like having to bring it all into very small bite-sized pieces for everybody to be able to digest in that way. So yeah, so what I was also thinking of actually sharing with everybody today, just on this quick video update, was what's today? Thursday's today. Okay, so starting from next week Monday, I'll create a video on next week Monday, if everybody can remember. In fact, maybe what I'll do is I'll set it for Wednesday. Okay, so next week Wednesday, I have an intention to hold, say for instance, one video a week, where I do like a 5 to 10 minutes video on somebody's astrology chart. Okay, so I'm going to do like a 5-minute reading for somebody. Obviously, I won't actually put your details on. I'll just have the chart. You need to send this information to me privately through Facebook. No, not Facebook. Let's think. What can you do? Send it to me privately via YouTube, the YouTube messaging service. Okay, so send your details to me privately through the YouTube messaging service, and by next week Wednesday, I will pick. Let's just say like the top 10. Okay. I will pick a couple of charts, and every single week I'll just do a 5-minute reading. And of course, you'll know what your chart looks like, okay? Because I'm not going to say this is this person's chart or this is when it was born. I'm just going to literally crop the chart so it looks like that, and then just basically give you a small analysis of your chart. And I feel like this is a great way for me to show you that as much as I love doing this thing over here, I also want to show you how I actually do astrology readings. And I think it'll be fun for everybody to get that insight. And the reason why is because I was inspired by my own story and the capacity to bring up aspects of myself that, in some way, shape or form can actually bring quite a lot of empowerment and illumination. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about that idea. Other than that, I've got a asteroids series that I'm just about to record. In fact, all 4 of them should be available to you right now. And other than that, guys, hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.